Son, where'd you find this?
That's how you know somebody doesn't respect you. They listen to reply, not to be understood. They cut you off. They minimize what actually matters to you. They laugh at your boundaries, and then they call you sensitive when you try to hold the line. They show up late, they cancel last minute, forget the things you've told them, because in their world, your time, your energy, even your voice aren't a priority. They're just an option. You see, there are two kinds of people. Those who adjust when they realize they've actually hurt you, and those who expect you to adjust so they don't have to change. You don't need to be disrespected loudly to be disrespected deeply. Sometimes you'll see it. It's just in their tone, in their patterns, in the silence after you're known. Respect isn't what they say when they're watching. It's how they act when they think you'll tolerate it.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, maybe rip bones. But no matter how close I am, my ancestors speak. They tell me they're tired as a friend on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep. Longing to sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their bones would bleed. Begging the generations to remember our story.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Peace, blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. Happy Wednesday, folks. How is everybody doing today? I hope all is well. I hope you're staying hydrated, staying out of this heat. We got some rain, a little relief from the warm weather, so I'm not too mad at it. I'm just grateful to be amongst the land of the living. I got Nat in the building. Shout out to my poets, writers, content creators. Shout out to the brother for being here to join us on this conversation this morning. Do me a solid, like, share, repost, hype. Let the people know that we are on. Join the conversation. Love to hear from you. I want to bring him up so we can get this show rolling. Cut straight to it. Nat, what is going on?
Oh, hey, man. Oh, busy. I've been, as you saw from my socials, I've been doing a lot of coding. Literally just been building stuff. So the past 4 weeks, literally just been working away, man. No jiu-jitsu, no gym, nothing. Just literally just working like, I don't know, like it was 1999 or something, right? But it's good. I made some progress. Made a lot of big progress, and it hasn't been easy, but learning new skills, it's never easy, right? Until you get stuck in. And I think having full immersion into whatever you're doing is for me the key, right? I think you know anybody can learn something. I can teach you something, but until you get stuck into it and you get busy with it, it's not something that really gets in my brain, to be honest. I forget things, and I think it's like anything, right? If you get stuck into it and you're like, I have to learn this and I'm going to do it, then you do it, right? And that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty positive, to be honest. How about yourself?
I'm just grateful to be here, man. Grateful to be here, see another sunrise, hopefully see another sunset. The opportunities are endless. I'm typically right here in front of this laptop, bro. It ain't no different, bro. I'm usually either right here, or if I take any type of time off, it's brief, and then I'm jumping right back in front of the screen. But yeah, the work don't stop, man. You gotta be consistently on it. You can't, like, as much as I would love to be in a space where I could vacation and go to Tel Aviv and all that.
Yeah. I'm hearing you. I've been a bit inconsistent on my videos the last 3 days, and when I get off of here, I'm gonna record a video explaining why I've been inconsistent. Because I think it's important, right, to involve people in the journey, in the thing that you're doing that brings value to the world. If you involve people in the journey, then they want to tell everybody about it as well, right? So it's kind of a cool story, I think, as well. So I get everything you're saying. I get it.
Yeah. But look, you see the title, the topic. This is tragic, man. Absolutely sad. For the people who are not familiar with this story, I got something that I want to play for y'all. I want to pay respects to her family, everyone that suffered, and maybe let's kind of open some eyes to this a little bit, man, because this was a rough one to watch, man. So let me bring this up on the big screen and get the ball rolling.
New court documents in the Anna Kepner case have been released, and they detail more of what happened to her, including that the prosecutor called the murder a barbaric, intentional, thoughtful act. Photos of her killer, Timothy Hudson, have also been released. So Hudson is Anna's 16-year-old stepbrother, and he sexually assaulted and then killed Anna inside a room they were sharing aboard a Carnival cruise. Timothy was arrested and charged with her murder, and in February, a hearing was held to determine if he could be placed in custody or if he would be allowed to remain under house arrest until his trial. Now, transcripts from that court hearing have been released, revealing more details about Anna's murder. According to the prosecutor, Alejandra Lopez, Timothy asphyxiated Anna through a chokehold. Lopez said, quote, while she struggled to breathe for minutes, he continued to hold her neck in that manner so that she would die from lack of oxygen. Minutes go by. At any time, Timothy could have let that hold go. He could have allowed the victim to breathe, but instead, for minutes, he held that position in order for her to die and kept squeezing. Lopez was arguing for Timothy to be remanded to custody instead of remaining on house arrest, saying, quote, without any warning, without any hint, without any prior indication, this defendant essayed and killed his stepsister while on vacation. We also now know that Timothy Hudson's arrest in February came after investigators determined his DNA was a match to DNA found on Anna's body. They also revealed that the DNA did not match Anna's half-brother, who was also staying in the room with them. Timothy Hudson has been indicted by a grand jury on charges of murder and aggravated essay, and he will be facing trial. He was placed on house arrest under the care of his maternal uncle after his arrest, and this week, the judge ruled that he will be able to stay on house arrest instead of being remanded into custody until his trial is taking place. But Hudson has been indicted, and hopefully soon, Anna will be getting the justice she deserves.
Quick moment of silence for her and her family. Sad case, man. I watched 5 different versions of this. None of them still make sense to me. The only thing that I could gather was This man had a sick obsession with his family. He didn't want the secret out. His impulses brought him to this. He unalives her with no remorse. And like in my quick summary, all of it is disgusting. The fact that this man is allowed to be at home, comfortable, while the hearing is getting repaired and all that, absolutely makes me sick.
Yeah. I heard something about this a few weeks ago, and I mean, this woman saying that she was alive for a few minutes is kind of a bit insane, really, because like if you try and strangle someone, they're not going to be alive for a few minutes. So maybe he was like enjoying the torture or something. I don't know, man. But like, what goes through a young man's brain to like even do this, right? Like it's awful. Yeah, it's just awful, isn't it? Really, society is, you know, broken, isn't it, in many ways?
That's one way to put it. Couple things that came to my mind. Who raised you? I want to talk to them. I think a conversation with them would be very interesting. It would give me a broader understanding as to how you would think the way that you do. I'm not going to put none of this on social media. Maybe a little sprinkle of it, but a lot of this to me starts with inside the house. What did you see? Did somebody touch you inappropriately? What type of secrets are y'all holding? What kind of mother and what kind of father did you have? Were your uncles weird? Were the aunts weird? Did you see things going on in there that they made seem like it was okay to do? So you inherited their character. And it's like, it's so common now. This ain't the first time this story has existed on social media. It's not the last one. But it just makes you wonder, like, do we really know what's going on with our people? Did y'all know he was like this and ignored it? Or did you just ignore the signs, period? Because you were too wrapped up in your own world to realize that you have a bubbling problem. Like, you don't see it, but gradually over time, there's a buildup. And eventually, you're not going to be able to contain that type of behavior. It's going to start to slowly reveal itself. And you're just looking like, oh, it's not really a big deal. There's nothing going on here. You Nancy, you done made that up in your head. It's all part of your imagination. And now we hear And I like, yeah, I said, I want to know the background, period.
Yeah. Well, we don't know, do we? We don't know what has been happening in that young man's mind as well. I mean, he's young. Yeah, he's only 16. Like, yeah, you know, when I was 16, I, I was a young man, right? I mean, but like we just don't know what's going on in his life. Like this is the thing. Like we really don't have a clue about this at all. That's why I'm not even going to make a judgment, right? I'm not even going to make a judgment. Yeah. Um because we honestly do not know. Yeah. And you know what it says, you know what the law says in America, right? So we can't judge until he's gone before a jury and they've dug into the truth. There's nothing really that we can say about it, right? I mean, yeah, this has happened, but we don't know what the circumstances were at all. And I'm not condoning it. It might have been a mistake. We honestly do not know. Yeah, we do not know. We've got a social media clip of a woman saying it took minutes for this poor girl to die, but actually we do not know if that's true or not, right? We don't know what happened. So I'm not getting judgmental about it, because I don't know enough actually to get emotional about it. If I'm perfectly honest, it's sad. Yeah, any time someone dies and gets murdered is sad. Yeah, but we honestly do not have enough information. If I'm honest.
This is going to be an interesting case. I wonder. I only want justice to be served when it's all said and done, based off of other footage and other clips that I've seen. The youngest son, the youngest boy, witnessed him being the last person to come in that room. They got the camera footage that links or connects. Basically, anybody who was coming in and out of there, that camera caught it. And from what I've seen, he's the only one between him and her youngest brother. They're the only ones that came in there between the hours that she went in there because she wasn't feeling good, to the actual parent discovering her and him carrying something out of there, then them later finding it somewhere else. Nobody deserves to lose their life like that. If this is really what happened, to me, I hate. It's different. It's one thing when it's hearsay and you don't really have nothing to go off of, but a person's word and testimony versus seeing video footage. I'm glad that I'm not a prosecutor or a judge, mostly because like the severity of these cases would probably weigh on me so much that I don't know if I could like be rational with my decision making. But I would trust me more to do it than a lot of people to do it. I said it on the stream yesterday. People who are connected through friendship or any type of relational perspective with somebody, and you ask them to testify or you ask them to stand on one side or the other, you can't really rely on them too much, because most of the time their loyalty is going to be with the person, whether or not they was right or wrong. Whoever's overseeing this case, I don't think there's going to be any bias here.
No, but like I say, we don't know what happened. Yeah. Yes, a woman has lost her life, but we honestly do not know what happened. I don't know. I wasn't there, right? And this young man, we don't know what's going through his brain. He might be a mental case. Yeah. We know nothing about him. We don't know anything about him. Nothing about him, nothing about the family. You know, is he on drugs? We literally know absolutely nothing. So it's heinous. All these things are just heinous, right? But it's like it just shows me that there's just so much messed up stuff going on in the world, and it's not that I don't care. It's that actually I'm just like a lot of people. Like, I'm not desensitized to it. I used to be quite cold about these things because I was like, well, it just happens. That was my attitude. Yeah, these things happen. It's, you know, and that's what most of the people think about these things now. Because actually, because there's so much footage on this stuff on social media, people are becoming desensitized to it, and they're losing compassion and caring for others. And this is what is rife in today's society. And this is one of the biggest problems, in my personal opinion. They just accept it. It's like, oh, well, never mind. It's just another day, right? Is their attitude, a lot of people. And that is sad. It's really sad, right? You know, you go back to the Bible and it's all about love your neighbor like yourself, right? And these kinds of things. But most people don't. Most people don't. And it's because values and our values have been stripped away by life, and how people have just become uncaring in many. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people, in my opinion, are becoming uncaring. And that is directly relevant, in my opinion, to this. But we'll have to see. I'm not going to be watching this case. I'm sure you'll tell me when when something's happened, because I just know it, right? You know, but it's sad. It's very sad.
You know it's messed up when you just get to the point where you don't really care. It's not that you don't care. It's just it happens so often. You kind of get immune to it, and that, I think that's a problem. We shouldn't have to get used to stuff like that. And then it further proves that mental health needs to be addressed way more often. Stop trying to internalize whatever you facing. You dealing with real live demons that nobody else know about. You walking around a warhead. I don't know. I had no idea you was about to explode. I had no idea you was about to shoot up a school, or you was about to blow up the house. I'm thinking everything is fine. No, it ain't. And now we don't have all the facts. We're the spectators. We're the ones observing. I wanted to highlight the story. I wanted to bring attention to it. I want people to look at this and say, well, all right, tragic, unfortunate, heart go out to the family. What can I take from it? What do I need to do when I leave from this screen? What kind of conversation do I need to have? Do I know anyone like this? Do I have things that I need to address in my own personal? That's what this is about. This is about breaking cycles, breaking habits, facing things head on.
I mean, I think we've all got things that we need to face, right? But this is something like we literally do not know what media this kid's consuming, what his parents are all about, who his friends are, if he has any friends. We don't know anything about him. We don't know what relationship he had with his stepsister. He might have had a relationship with her. We really do not know at all about any of this. And it is deeply, deeply disturbing. Like a lot of these cases, a lot of these things are disturbing, but that's just it. And it's just like, why? That's what I want to get. I like to get to the why as well. Like, why does it happen? What would make someone of that age murder their stepsister? I just don't know. Really don't know.
It's not even just that, but sexualize your stepsister. Why are you even attracted to your own? All right, y'all keep saying, well, technically we're not blood, but by marriage you are still related. Sick, weird little fetish, I guess. I don't know. But I just hate it. I hate it. I really do. I keep going back to the family, man. How the father like that? A lot of families got
point. Like, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
We don't know.
A lot of families got secrets, dark secrets, stuff that you only tell this person, but everybody else, they're on the outside looking in. They don't get it. You get it. It was a reaction video I did a few days ago where it's a popular YouTuber. He was in a relationship with this girl, and he went through her phone and found out that she was sleeping with her cousin. He saw a video, saw text messages. She was conflicted. She was torn between being in a legit relationship with her cousin and being in one with her actual boyfriend. She's crying and she feels apologetic and all this, but he's like, nah, you gotta go. This is sick. How could you? This, that, and the third. And it's like, oh man. You hear stories like this, but you don't think that it's real. But people really out here crossing all type of lines. There are no borders, no boundaries no more. Nobody's off limits at this point with people. It's just testament to how good the enemy is at infiltrating the household, getting into the mind and convincing you that it's better for you to serve your flesh than it is the Holy Spirit. That's the conclusion that I came to with that. For you to be sleeping with your folks and then you trying to beg this man to take you back, I don't know. And I only brought that up because here we are talking about this guy here, which it pisses me off that he's even at home. How the hell is he at home? Carmelo Anthony, he had to rot in jail. Just got sentenced 35. But you telling me you got this young lady, young girl, killed in her room. He's right now the primary suspect. And he gets to not walk, but he gets to go home, have an ankle bracelet on him or whatever, and watch TV and live comfortably. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know how comfortable you're going to be living, though. You know, you're going to be dreading what's going to happen to you, I think, whether you're in jail or not, right? You know, and it's his uncle's house, isn't he? So I don't know, man. I'm just shocked by this whole case. It's sad. It's really sad. I don't really have anything more to add, if I'm honest. I'm just kind of in shock, actually. If I'm perfectly honest, I think I'm in shock by this.
Hey, that's really all it is to it, for real. To the people that watch this back, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this case. Is he guilty? Is he innocent? How do you feel about step siblings sleeping with each other? Is that acceptable in society? Is that something that we should just brush off and overlook? What do you think about that?
It's a good question. I mean, it depends. They're not related by blood, right? So actually, if they had a child, if they have a child together, it's perfectly natural. There's nothing wrong with that child because they're not related, right? Cousins, no, that's a big no. And that's been made illegal, I think, in some country recently. I forget which country it was. Was it Greece or somewhere like that? Made it illegal. But I think each situation is different, right? If you fall in love with your stepsister and she falls in love with you, who am I to tell you can't get married? Who am I, right? That's not illegal, is it?
Not to my knowledge.
Right. So, it's a DNA thing, right? And actually, maybe it's a good thing. Yeah. Who am I to judge, right? Like I'm not a judge. I don't really have massive opinions on these things, except for the cousin marriage thing. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's disgusting. But this stuff, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the world is certainly a messed up place, but I still have hope that there are good people out there. I think there are a lot of good people, and hopefully justice will be done. I mean, that's what we want, right? We want justice, yeah. It's as simple as that. But there's some heinous crimes been going on, not just there. I mean, in Germany recently, the most heinous crime that I've seen. Just awful. Just watching it was just awful. I don't even want to talk about how awful it was. I don't even want to talk about it. It was so awful. But these crimes are happening all the time, and it's just the problem that we've got is media. Media makes people receive this information because it's the thing that creates outrage, and outrage creates an addiction. People are addicted to this outrage. So they watch more of the content, they stay more on the platform. and it's a slippery slope, right? It's a slippery slope that basically just continues, as far as I'm concerned. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, my thoughts and prayers go out to the family. I just hope and pray that they can recover from this as best as possible. Losing a child, I mean, losing somebody in general was rough. Losing a child got to be 10 times harder.
Yeah. My friend lost his son, I think last year on a motorcycle. His son was 21 and he's 50 something, right? And I honestly don't know how you can get over something like that. You never get over it, right? And in the beginning, it's just brutal. It's absolutely brutal. But this is even worse. This is even worse because your son has murdered your daughter. That is something heinous. It's heinous, right?
The way you just worded it, yeah, that's crazy work. Just like, damn. At the end of the day, I still gotta hold you accountable, though. And that's where people fail the justice system a lot. Because your loved ones will do all of this stuff alleged, but you'll still stick it in to the very end and babyfy them. And no, they did wrong. They need to stand on what they did. They wanted to be an adult. Let them take this work like an adult. Yeah, I'd hate to be in that spot, man. But the best of luck to everybody involved. I hope that young lady is resting in peace, real peace. Whatever demons this man is dealing with, I hope and pray, I hope God reaches him. Nobody is, as long as we are on this planet, we can be redeemed, but it's only through the blood of Jesus Christ. So I don't take that off the table for nobody. But he does need to atone for this if he's guilty.
Yeah, I agree completely. So we'll wait and see. Could take a few weeks, right? Months even. We don't know. But it ain't going to be enjoyable for anybody. Not only have you got to deal with your daughter dying, but you've got to go to court for your son, right? Like how messed up is that, right? It's crazy. So who's the father of this son, of this boy? Is he is I wonder who's the father of the boy? Is it do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't quite explain it. It's a long day for me, man. I've been coding since whatever time this morning. So
trust
it's nearly 6 p.m. here, yeah. So and I was not expecting you to put this one on me today. I was hoping for something better, to be honest.
It's been in the calendar for a few days, man. I try to be a little more lighter next time, though. I try
so. I could do with a lighter mood, to be honest. I'm just like
I try to swap them out. I'm gonna go into the time capsule and see what I can pull out next time. But
find something about someone playing tennis or something interesting. Yeah,
I know, right? See, I don't be really doing sports because I don't be following it. I think all of it is rigged. I think all sports is rigged. I don't trust none of it.
Yeah, well, I like playing sports, to be honest. I'm really into my sports, and but I haven't done hardly anything for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. Very little, and I tell you what, I'm getting fat already, man. Seriously, the only reason I'm not fat is because I didn't eat much, right? Because I've been coding.
Oh yeah. See, I got to get back to my routine too, man. I slacked. I took off, but I need to go back too. But when you like locked in like this, it's hard for you to.
I
You
know.
got to find a balance between all of it.
It's difficult. I'm the same. You're all in, yeah. It's all in or nothing, and it's like, hold on a minute. We need to. I'm gonna once things get a little bit closer to where I want them, because I'm literally building something, right? I'm building something so exciting that actually, it really is exciting. So I love doing what I'm doing. And you love doing what you're doing. That's the thing. But you've got to make time for yourself. You've got to make time for yourself. And I'm talking to myself there just as much as you, right? Because I could sit here. I literally worked. I worked like 36 hours. I stayed up all night on Saturday and worked. Yeah, I literally worked for 2 days. Yeah, solid, right? With a little nap Sunday evening for 3 hours, and then I did more work, right? And then went to sleep at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. or whatever. And it was like, but I had to get it done, right? And then I had like an epiphany. That's the point, is when you put in the work, you're that determined that you get to a point where you're like, aha, now this is what I want to build. But until that point, you don't really understand what you're building. That's the weirdest experience. It's a strange experience, and I'm sure you've been through that, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But hey, keep up the good work. It's gonna pay off. It's just
Thank you.
repetition and time. I'm banking on it.
Yep, me too, man. Me too. It does. Everything improves. If you improve 1% per day, that's a lot of percent in 1 year, right? You improve 10% a day, yeah, then you can do so much. And with all the abilities and skills and things, and the opportunities we've got now, you can build things really, really quite. I'm not going to say easily, because it's not easy, and you need to learn. But there's actually a simplicity in building, which I find is quite interesting. When you remove the complexity of what the task entails, and you just look at how simple it actually is from a structural point of view, it actually frees your mind.
That's a fact. And I think that's one of the reasons why I enjoy it so much. But hey, I digress, man. I know you about to get back to it. Make sure
I took us down a pleasant route.
Yeah. I was gonna say, make sure you eat, man, and take some time to get your strength. I'm about to go grab me some. I know that's for sure.
I will.
Yeah.
I've got to do some training. I'm going to eat some chicken. I've got to do some training. So it's important, right? But you got to deliver. You got to do what you got to do to deliver, right? And then when you deliver, then you restore balance to your life. That's the way it is, man. So peace.
You have a blessed one, bro. And shout out to everybody who pulled up, man. Like, share, let me know what y'all think about the show. If y'all want updates on the story, let me know. I'm definitely gonna be doing a follow-up at some point, because I want to know how this turned out. But you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoons, mornings, and evenings. Do me a solid before y'all go.
What's the goddamn boy?
Peace.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Likewise.
Invite me back. I'll talk about this again. We can do it.
I got you, bro. I'm gonna bring something a little more light up here.
I hope so. I need some. Please, Lord.
I feel you. All right, man. I'll see you later.
Thanks everyone for watching. Ciao. Ciao.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, maybe rip bones. But no matter how close I am, my ancestors speak. They tell me they're tired of the brain on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their bones would bleed, begging that generations remember our story.